Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you doing, Yaqub?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Did you get your shakes ready, my friend?
Okay, so I thought it was 4:30, but anyways, I've spoken to him yesterday.
Yeah.
Long story short, he's unwilling to debate, which is very unfortunate.
Do you remember what I told you?
Yes, that they're not going to be willing to debate.
Yeah, they knew who I am, right? This is why they refused, correct?
No, I didn't mention who you were.
Really?
And I said to them that I spoken to a Christian, and he told me this. And I said to him that he wants to have a conversation with you tomorrow at 4:30. They said no, they're not willing to do this.
All right. Well, what we can do, I mean, we cannot force people to come and debate us, but we would like to have somebody have knowledge, maybe, because you know what usually Muslims they do say that I debate people who do not know, and when we challenge the sheikhs, they don't show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what I've gone to do is actually there's two things I've done in the meantime. I've looked at one of the books of Ibn Kathir to check if the mention of Khadija's wedding is there, and I'm not sure if you read the book, but it is mentioned there actually. Yeah. So
what do you think, Yaqub? You can get us anyone else replacing those people who can somebody have knowledge?
Well, I'm going to ask around to be honest. This is what I'm going to do.
You know.
So let me ask you this. In Islam, the Prophet is the best of example, right? This is what we're told. I want to understand from your perspective. What is the reason why you're not a Muslim? Because you're obviously well read in Islam. You clearly are educated. So I want to know
First of all, Yaqub, what does the word Muslim mean?
Someone who submits.
That's not true. The word Muslim means someone who surrenders, and surrender is an act of cowardness. So a man, he come to us with his army, and he says, surrender. If you go to the Quran, just to prove my point to you, now we know that Muhammad, he ordered the Muslims, the Christian, the Jews, the Arab, etc. And he said to them, if they surrender, which means they become Muslims, if the Christian, in the case of the Christian and the Jews, he says if they pay jizya, don't kill them, But if you go in the Quran, as an example, the Arab, they said, we believe, we believe. Muhammad, he said to them in chapter 49, verse number 14, don't say we believe, say we surrender. The translation, they use the word submit, like in Yusuf Ali, but the truth is, it says we surrender. And here Muhammad is saying that you, Arab, you say we believe. Say, don't say we believe, say we become Muslims. Now you tell me, Yaqub, how somebody, you are telling him you can say you are a Muslim, but he don't believe?
Islam requires full compliance, right? Which requires more than just action itself.
No.
Sorry, more than just belief itself. Yes.
No.
So prayer.
The verse in front of you. All what you need to do, you don't have to believe at all. Believe never.
Sorry. It says here the Bedouins say, we believe. Say you believe not. You only say. We have surrendered in Islam, for faith has not yet entered our hearts. But if you obey Allah and His Messenger, He will not decrease anything in reward for your deeds. Verily, Allah is all forgiving, most merciful.
Exactly. The translation here is not correct, but let me fix it. The Bedouin, the Arab, and all Arab are Bedouin anyway. We believe. We believe. They say what they say. We say we believe. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. He said to them, don't say we believe, but you say we are Muslims. The surrender here is translation for the word aslamna. Qulu aslamna. I know you do not know much Arabic, but I think you can read it, right? The Arab, they said, Amanna, we believe. Say to them, Lam tu'minu, you did not believe. ولكن قولوا أسلمنا. But you should say, we become Muslims.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
So look what happened now. Do I need to be a believer to follow the God of Islam? No. If you obey Allah and His Messenger, you are fine. Believe or don't believe, who care? So, and this is how Islam will grow. Who care if they believe or not? This is why the Quran says, the chapter of Al-Fatah, you know, when the victory came, the people, they enter into Islam by waves, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so why did it not enter into the religion before the victory, before the war? So when Muhammad was victorious by war, then people, they enter into religion by waves, by tens of thousands. There's no believers. Nobody is a believer.
No. But sorry, that's not really fair thing to say.
Here we go. The chapter of victory, Al-Nasr. You know.
No. I don't dispute that. You're right. People did become Muslims in waves after Islam became victorious militarily. This is true. But you have to remember that back in those days, even with Christianity as well, when for example, the Roman emperor, when he became Christian, everyone else became Christian. Pretty much. When the Ethiopians,
no, my friend, let me help you.
And that was normal.
No, that's not true. That's not true. It's not true. You see, Christianity was spreading so fast inside the Roman Empire, and now because the Christianity is spreading, Christianity was able to arrive to the royal family. It's not because Christianity was not there, and then suddenly the one king he become a Christian, and then everybody become a Christian. Already Christianity is all over the place.
No. But what I'm saying is that back in those days, and this is
my friend, I understand. The king, and this will have a huge influence, and this is happening right now. You know, you see somebody, he worship an actor, and the actor become a Muslim. He say, okay, I'm going to become Muslim, or he want to be a Christian. So people who love this actor, they say, oh, Christianity must be good because people are dummy. But this is not what happened with Christianity. Christianity spread all over, not by sword. And even the Constantine, the king, who become a Christian, he did not carry a sword. He says, if you don't believe in me, I'm going to sword. He became a Christian. That's it. You know? And your prophet is the one who told his followers, you are the best man sent, the best people ever sent to mankind, right?
Yes.
In chapter 3, verse 110. But what was the purpose? The purpose is to inspire everybody and bring them with the change. Is that correct?
And bring them to the
excuse is we want to save them from hellfire. You know, this is the excuse of Muhammad, why he wants to save everybody, why he wants to save everybody. This is the hadith. This is from Sahih al-Bukhari. You are the best of people ever raised up for the benefit, and between two brackets, for the benefit, look at the benefit of mankind. Chapter 3, 110. Here explanation by your prophet saying, the best for mankind are those who bring them with chains around their necks till they embrace Islam. Is that what Jesus said to the Christian missionaries? Peter and to Paul and to John? Is that the order of Jesus?
I don't know if he said that, but he for sure did not forbid slavery. I can tell you that.
My friend, you are mixing things up. First of all, no, Jesus, he forbade slavery. How he forbade slavery? He never owned a slave. And if Jesus is the one we follow, and Peter never owned a slave.
Can I ask you to...
My friend, all the disciples of Jesus, my friend, hold on. All the disciples of Jesus, they never owned slaves. And they are our best examples. And then you need to ask yourself, why in the time of slavery, they don't have slaves?
Okay, can I ask you to open up 1 Peter 2:18?
Tell me, what about it?
It says, slaves, be subject to your masters with reverence.
So?
Not only in those who are good and equitable, but also those who are preserved. So it's there. It's not condemning.
But he's talking, okay, you just noticed that he is talking to Christians. So those are Christians enslaved, and they did not choose to be slaves, and he don't want them to use violence to free themselves. Be obedience. So you are misunderstanding the difference between we are promoting slavery, and we are asking the Christian not to shed blood to get their freedom. Christianity, everybody knows, teach peace and teach love. So be obedience, and those are the one he's talking to are not Muslims. Those are Christians, because who is going to read this and listen to this and obey this? The Christians, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So he is not not siding with the master against them. He is telling them that Christianity, we as a Christians, we are against violence. You know, that's all. He is not approving slavery. They are already slaves. You're a prophet, he owns slaves, do he?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He died and he still owns slave. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So how he can be against slavery? My Lord, he never owned one.
Let me ask you this. Exodus 21:20, it says, I know this is not from Jesus, but this is the Old Testament, and you accept this, right?
Right.
Okay. When a man strikes his slave, male or female, with a rod, and the slave dies under his hand, he shall be avenged. But if the slave survives a day or two, he is not to be avenged, for the slave is his money.
Yeah. But you know,
okay, so that means that's his property.
But first of all,
that's
here,
fundamentally wrong. So
no,
how can you...
no. You see, we don't compromise the same as the Muslims. We change our mind and we say, oh, we are with this and we are against that. If you go, we are going thousands of years by time. In the same time, the Hebrew slaves, they give themselves, they offer themselves for years as a slave voluntarily. So you go to a person, you say to him, I want to be your servant. Slave here is a servant. Is not
no, I'm not talking about Jewish slaves. I know there's a distinction between Jews owning other Jews and Jews owning non-Gentiles.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the non-Gentiles here.
Well, those non-Gentile, usually they are coming from war. And because everybody's enslaved the Jews, so if you say to the Jews, you cannot enslave your enemies, then that will be a really horrible mistake, because simply those people are seeking survival. Remember, all the Jews, they've been taken as a slave, the whole nation, twice. And they've been enslaved for hundreds of years. Is that correct? Okay.
Yep.
So Moses, he have the law of eye for an eye. They enslave us, we enslave them. You treat us nice, we treat you nice. It was a solution of existence. It was not a solution for fun.
Okay, so that's fine.
My friend, listen. If we want to compare, I mean, Islam came long after Moses, right? And Muhammad, he came 600 years after Jesus, right?
Yep.
Okay. Jesus never owned a slave. His disciple never owned a slave. And that will set an example for a Christian to ask themselves, well, if they don't own slaves, why we should have slaves? Obviously, he do what is right, and he don't do. If something he did not do, obviously it is wrong. So not everything Jesus have to say in order to know it is right or wrong. There's many things Jesus did not say, but we know it's wrong.
But from what you're saying here, you basically make Jesus sound like a coward, to be quite honest.
You can understand it as you wish, because Jesus, so Jesus, if he is a coward, then he will hide behind his men and let them all die in order to save him. This is your prophet.
But did they not run away? Wait. What do you mean this is my prophet?
You're a prophet, you run away.
When?
Okay, isn't it you Muslim, you claim that Muhammad, he asked his cousin Ali to sleep in his bed so he can run away from Quraysh?
Okay, to Medina, yes.
Okay, isn't it this is an act of cowardness? Because not only this, he is risking a child. Ali at that time was a boy.
Okay, so the Prophet and Islam. What's your main problems?
This is because how in the world you say to me, what the problem with the Prophet? Shouldn't he be a prophet first? I mean, okay, the guy, he come to us and he said the sun set in murky water. Here we go, he made a prophecy. How that make him a prophet?
Give me 1 second. Let me just look at Ibn Kathir. 1 second.
Ibn Kathir, remember, Ibn Kathir came 800 years after Muhammad. This is not the answer. If you want to get really an answer, get an answer from somebody who was close to the time of Muhammad, or Muhammad himself. So when your prophet, he said, until he reached the sitting place of the sun, who was talking?
This is Allah talking.
Exactly. So Allah is supposed to, he became a news agent, and now he is going to tell us about Zulqarnain. This is why it says in verse number 83, and they ask you about Zulqarnain. Who is the one who asked him? And the Jews, as usual, they make fun of him. Verily we establish for him in earth. Suddenly Zulqarnain was victorious by Allah's will. Why? Any Muslim can tell me why? Why Allah established for him victory? Because he's a Muslim. And then we gave him the means of everything. Who is the one who gave him? Allah. And then he followed away. Okay. Until when he reached the sitting place of the sun. Where is that? The sun set everywhere. There's a story written by a guy. His name is, he have your name actually. His name is Yaqub. He's from Syria. He wrote a fiction story about Zulqarnain.
You mean is it the Jewish one?
No. This is a Syrian. This is a Syrian Christian. And in the story, he built a dam. Muhammad, in the moment when they asked him, they could not answer. Then he asked. He found out about this story, and now he is copying that story, claiming that Allah is the one who told him. So he reached the sitting place of the sun. He found the sitting in a spring of a black muddy water. Go, Yaqub, help me. You're a prophet. You said to me he's a prophet.
Right. I just had a look at a hadith about Ibn Abbas asking about the same place of the sun. Okay.
So
yeah.
Are you still convinced that Muhammad is a prophet?
So what's your thoughts on the Quran? Do you think it's plagiarized, or what are you saying?
My friend, this is look. I mean, look at this. And not only that. Like as an example, if I say to you, you ask me a question. Those who slept in the cave, how many they are, Christian Prince? I will say to you, okay, because I don't know the answer. Some they say there are 3 and their dog is number 4. Some they say there are 5 and their dog is number 6. Some they say there are 6 and their dog is number 7. Some they say there are 7 and their dog is number 8. Some they say there are 9 and their dog is number 10. Some they come tomorrow. Some they say they are 10 and their dog is number 11. Some they say they are 11 and their dog is number 12. But shouldn't you tell us how many they are? We got it. We got it. Some they say, some they say, some they say. What do you say? The answer is, Allah knows best. Like, what the heck? And not only that, to make it more big, he says, few people know the answer. Like, what is the answer? Read it, chapter 18, verse number 22.
No, I can see that, but you see here, the point of the message is that the number is irrelevant.
Why you are saying some they say 2 or 3 or 4 and their dogs? And secondly, what kind of Arabic this Arabic is? The Muslim, they say the Quran Arabic is perfect. I never heard of somebody saying they are 3 and their dog is the 4th. This is false. In Arabic, you don't say that, even in English, because dog is not a human. For the dog to be number 4, he have to be the same kind of the previous 3. Correct?
It's just like saying, for example, my family, and including your dog as part of the family.
No. So if you are counting a human, you count a human. If you are counting apples, you count. You don't say 3 apples and 1 cat.
No, but the point is, the moral of this, what the verse here is telling you very clearly is...
What is the moral? Hey, I'm listening. What is the moral?
I will. So it says, your Lord knows best the numbers, none but a few. So debate not about their numbers. That's exactly what we're doing, because it's irrelevant. Except with clear proof. Okay? And consult not any of them people.
First of all, where it says debate about, the debate not.
Sorry?
Where it says...
It says there, so debate not about their numbers. except with clear proof.
No, it doesn't say debate. It says وَلَا تَسْتَفْتِ فِيهِمْ مِنْهُمْ أَحَدًا, which means don't ask them. Allah knows. There's no debate. Don't ask them. لا تستفتي. Don't ask them. Allah knows best. Okay, so don't ask them. So what is the answer? Don't ask them. Ask Allah.
The relevance here is that the point of the story is, from my understanding, I'm not here trying to make up excuses, just to be clear. So the understanding of the story is that if you trust in God and you're God, what's the word? God conscious, then God will provide for you, just as He did for.
If this is the purpose of this story, then He should not mention the number. He should not say some they say 2, some they say 3, some they say. He's saying there's 7, and actually this is a story, fiction story written by Christians about a bunch of youth. They were discriminated, and then they went to a cave. And actually, the story is very funny. You know, in Islam, it's the dog is dirty, correct? So how the dog is with them? What kind of Muslim they are? They have a dog. Why the dog is there?
But do you know that in Islam we believe that certain things were halal in the past, and then God forbid them?
No, dogs is dirty. It doesn't matter if you forbid them or not. Is it like the dogs before Islam they were clean, and after Islam became dirty?
No, they were permissible.
Okay, but listen what happened.
Just like alcohol.
Okay, well, it says here that according to the story here, that the dog, he opened his arms. Do dogs have arms?
No, they don't.
Okay, so the dog, he stand in the front of the cave and he opened his arms to do what exactly?
Yeah, okay.
No, I will tell you what, to guard them, correct? Okay, but this is an army. I mean, an army following those people, and the dog will stop the army?
No, it will alert them.
Huh?
You know, it will alert them.
But if he alert them, he will alert the army too.
Yes, but it gives them opportunity to run away.
They are inside the cave. They can't run away.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That makes sense.
But what happened, my friend, the Arabic word is not kalbahum, is kali'ahum. Kali'ahum. They're a provider. This is an angel. An angel in the Aramaic story, there's an angel. He opened his arms to blockade the cave. Angel can protect them. Doesn't matter how big the army is. Do we agree?
Yep.
So here it says kali'ahum, not kalbahum. Kali'ahum mean they're a provider, they're a protector, and that is an angel. The one who wrote the story, obviously, is written in Aramaic. He got confused. He thought that this is kalbahum. And actually, even some Islamic interpretation, let me see if I can find some for you, says this is the same. It was kali'ahum, not kalbahum. Here we go. Let us see. If you go to different verse, let me show you here. Chapter 21, verse number 42. What is the Arabic word here? Do you know how to do you know how to read it?
Okay. Tell them, O Muhammad, who protects you during the night or the day from the most compassionate Lord.
Okay, what is the word? What is the word protect you here? The same word we're talking about. Look at it. This is the Arabic word. So this word became a dog. So how Muslims even they understand their book? Where they get the reference from? Simply, the Quran is full of Aramaic words. They have no idea what they mean, and it was confusing. There is no dots. There is no tashkil. There is nothing. So okay, you know what? This is maybe kalbahum, but it's not kalbahum. It's their provider, their protector. Actually, there's a reading of the Quran. You know, the Quran have many reading, correct?
Yes, that's true.
All right. If you go as an example, this is أضواء البيان في تفسير القرآن. It says here, let us see. Okay, let us show you here. This is Tafsir Ibn Hayyan. It says, وكلبهم باسط ذراعيه بالوسيط وقراءة وكالئهم باسط ذراعيه. So there is different reading for the Quran. Which one? It says كالئهم, not كلبهم. There's a huge difference between their dog and their provider or their protector, which is the angel. And this is one of the things too about Muhammad. What kind of God he sent him 7 reading? What do you think about this? You claim that your prophet is a prophet. Did Allah send Moses? You Muslim, you claim Moses is a Muslim, right? Okay, did Allah send 7 Torahs to Moses?
No.
Okay, why? Why he did not send 7 Torahs to Moses, but he sent 7 Quran to Muhammad?
Yeah, this is a good question. Yeah.
No, your prophet explained. He says, my people are not capable. Is that correct?
No, I know this reference, but I mean, it's a good question because that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. That means you don't agree Muhammad is a prophet. And do you know what happened now if we believe that Muhammad, he received Quran in 7 Quran? Think with me. I'm showing you the hadith in front of you.
Allah has commanded you to recite to your people the Quran in one dialect. Upon this, he said, I ask from Allah pardon and forgiveness. My people are not capable of doing it. He then came for a second time and said, Allah has commanded you that you should recite the Quran to your people in 2 dialects. Upon this, he again said, I seek pardon and forgiveness from Allah. My people will not be able to do so. He came for the 3rd time and said, Allah has commanded you to recite the Quran in 3 dialects.
So what is the excuse? He wants more Quran?
No. The excuse here is that the people
are not capable, correct?
Capable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Capable mean what? What do you think? Quran? Quran is a language, correct?
Quran is a language, yes.
Language. Okay, it's a words. So people are not capable of what? Obviously understanding, correct? Okay. So how the Muslims they say that the Quran is a perfectly made by Allah. And then we find that I need to write my book, rewrite my book 7 times in order for Abdul to understand what I'm saying. So Allah, he had to rewrite his book 7 times in order to make his words clear. That is the worst author ever in history. He needed to write the Quran 7 times so people, they might understand. And who is the one giving advice? Muhammad. The one who did not know even how to write, how to read. Allah is taking advice from the illiterate about how his book can be good or not. And what kind of God he cannot write his book to make it clear from the first time?
Okay.
And you know, hold on, brother and sister. Quran is very clear. And you read the Quran, you understand it very well. Because Allah, he opened your chest. Like, what the heck? But the Prophet himself, he said that nobody understands the Quran. Even the Quran says itself that there is a part of the Quran, nobody knows what it means, save Allah. So what's the point of rewriting the book 7 times and still we do not understand what he's saying?
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. It's a very strong point. Very strong point.
Yeah, but so very strong point. But are you still a strong Muslim?
The Quran says that ask the Prophet to consult with the Christians and Jews about many things, right?
No, no, not consult. No, not consult.
To verify. So.
No, my friend. The verse says, "In kunta fi shakkin," correct? Okay, what shak mean?
Doubt.
Exactly. There's a huge difference between consult and if you have a doubt. the one who confirmed that this is from God or not is the Christians. And why a prophet he have a doubt about what was revealed to him? What kind of a prophet? If the prophet himself, he is not sure. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Like the prophet who bring me a religion, he himself is not sure, and then he is God.
Okay, but look, when he went and spoke to the Christians and the Jews,
they laugh at him. They laugh at him.
And do you have evidence for that?
Sure, you know, the Quran is full of evidence. You know, thanks to Allah, you know, who wrote the book 7 times. And you know, when the Muslims they come to us and they say the word prophet, I don't know what they are talking about. Who is the prophet we are talking about? As an example, the Quran is given to us by Muhammad. Muhammad who?
What do you mean Muhammad here?
Who is Muhammad?
Ibn Abdullah.
Where you get the name from?
I got it, to be honest, from
Or what the Quran says to us. There's a guy, his name is Muhammad.
It's not from the Quran. I got it from the... It's from
exactly.
One of the
okay, shouldn't this God... you know, see, he said of the Muslims, they say to us, okay, who? Okay, when the Bible speak about Jesus, speak about his born where, who is his mother, who is the grandfather, the father of Mary, the grandfather of Mary, blah, 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 all the way, you know, to...
No, but you see, you're missing the point here. You see, that's the point you're missing. The Bible, the Gospels are written as testimonies. Eyewitness account.
Okay, I will go with you. I will go with you. Let us give you an example. You cannot answer. The Quran mentioned someone. His name is Israel. Who is Israel?
But sorry, just one thing. The Quran was revealed in recitations, verses by verses, and in many cases it was revealed in, let's say, in all cases it was revealed in situations that the Prophet was in. Okay. So yeah, what was your question about Israel?
That doesn't change anything. Still, who is Muhammad? Shouldn't you tell me? You know, when you don't this God, he knew that this book will be sent to nations around the world, and he need to introduce Muhammad. So Muhammad, he says, the one who wrote the hadith, erase it. Correct? Okay. So if you Muslims, you follow the advice of Muhammad, then we will not know anything about this person. You Muslims, you call him Muhammad ibn Abdullah, because he said you erase it, which means erase all the history of Muhammad. You keep only the Quran. So the Quran says Muhammad, but who is Muhammad, we do not know. Who is his parents, we don't know.
What we know from the Quran is that he is the messenger of God.
Okay.
That's what we know.
Exactly. But who is the one who said that he is a messenger of God? Muhammad.
If we take it from the Quranic, you know, from the Muslim perspective, it would be Allah said that.
No,
right?
because he did not have any witnesses that Allah spoke to him. Do he?
He does not know.
Okay. So, you know, the funny thing about Islam, that's if in case of adultery, you have to have 4 witnesses, correct?
For adultery, yes.
Okay. But in the case of God, he has zero witnesses. He have 0 witnesses for anything, even when he went to heaven. Who? Aisha, she said, you know, he went by his soul, not by his body. But the Muslim, they claim that he went by his body. So which one?
So who said that?
Aisha, she said, Usriya bi ruhihi. He went there because he was next to her in the bed. He did not go by his body. So,
hold on a second. Aisha couldn't have said that because this will happen in Mecca, right? Aisha got married in just after Hijrah.
Well, my friend, right? I don't care. Maybe Aisha, she is telling what she knew previously. But Aisha, you know, well, Aisha, she was with him in Mecca too, no?
No. Do you have the reference for this? Sorry.
Let us see. Hold on. Let us see. And even if Aisha was not there, Aisha, maybe she is reporting what she heard from the previous wife. Here we go. And this is a proof that Aisha, actually, she was next to him in the bed. Kitab al-Sirah, As-Sayyida Aisha Umm al-Mu'mineen. And now I will go down, and I will use Google translation, but let us see the Arabic first. It says, here we go, it says, ما فقدت جسد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ولكن أسري بروحه. Reference number 3. What does that mean? I did not miss his body. That means she was next to him, not as you said.
So who said this?
Aisha.
Okay.
All right. But he went up to heaven by his body. Use Google translation. So here, number 3. Let us go to number 3. Number 3. Yeah. I did not lose his body. This is Google translation, as you know. I did not lose his body, the body of Messenger of Allah. God the prayer and peace upon him, but he was taken by his spirit, going up. You see it?
Okay.
Ibn Ishaq, he mentioned that Aisha.
Yeah, so I can see now. So
okay, used to say that he have a spiritual journey, right? And this is the hadith. It says.
Yeah. Okay. I found it here on my computer as well.
All right.
Okay, and that's fine. Okay, no. Okay, I accept it. I accept that this is what it says.
Okay.
Okay.
So there is no witnesses. It was what? I can say I went up to heaven by spirit. Where is the verse in the Quran? It says that Muhammad was taken to heaven. Nowhere. It says, Usriya bi abdi. Who is the one? Where? It did not even say to him, he took him to heaven.
No, he said that he took him from... If you're referring to the Quran, if we go strictly by the Quran, he took him from Mecca to Al-Aqsa.
So did Allah lie?
No, he just didn't mention it. The Prophet
Why he did
it.
not mention it? I mean, this is very funny. Which one is more important journey? To go up to the 7th heaven or to go a few kilometers away to Jerusalem? So the God of Islam, he did not mention that Muhammad, he went to heaven. Nowhere. It says that Allah, he took him to Al-Aqsa mosque. By the way, there's no Aqsa. What Aqsa? And how we know that this is in Jerusalem? How we know that Aqsa is in Jerusalem? Aqsa is the farther point, and Jerusalem is not far. It's not far. So why in the world such a thing is not mentioned? If it's true. But as you see, Allah just took him to the mosque. Which mosque? Nobody knows. It says Al-Aqsa. Where is that? At that time, the Muslims did not know what that means.
Do you have reference for that?
It's in front of you. It says Al-Aqsa. What Al-Aqsa? There's no Aqsa. At that time, the ground was occupied by the Roman. There was a mosque. It's called Al-Aqsa in the time of the Roman. That is funny.
No, but look, you see, it's not the mosque. It's like the sacred area, like how
my friend. No, it says Al-Masjid. It says Al-Masjid. Al-Masjid is a mosque. Yeah, it doesn't say. You're right. It's not say a holy ground. It says a mosque. So, so as you see, even Allah did not witness that Muhammad, he went to 7th heaven. Allah, he have time to tell us about the conversation between Mrs. Ant and Mr. Solomon. So Allah have time to tell us about the ant conversation with the ants, but he don't have time to tell us what happened in this heaven in the Quran. Praise be to Allah. Allah saying praise be to Allah. I never heard of a God. He's so...
Yes, but you have to remember the context in which the Quran is revealed. But I get your point on...
my friend, is that a message from God or this is a message from a man? If it's a message from man, I can understand why it's not perfect. What is preserved is the Quran. It's not the Hadith, correct?
The Quran is preserved, yes.
Okay, so the preserved Quran is the Quran, not the Hadith. Then how in the world now we will know what happened? As long as the Hadith is always suspicious. What happened there? How in the world we will know what happened? Who is the one? Actually, shouldn't he say at least who is the one who took who? Who took who? Glory to the one who took his servant. Who is the one who took his servant? And who is the servant? If the one is talking is Allah, why Allah says Subhana to himself? You Muslim, you say how Jesus, he prayed to the Father, correct?
Yep.
So he is praying to the Father, he the Son, the Father. Makes sense. Here, Allah is saying Subhana. Subhana is not a glory, by the way. Subhana is a praise be, you know.
Yeah, it's praise.
Okay.
You're right.
So Subhana is a praise be to who? If Allah is talking,
he's talking to himself.
That's weird. Allah saying Subhana to himself.
But as God is revealing it to Muhammad through him, so Muhammad becomes the mouthpiece. So as Muhammad is saying it, it makes sense.
No. In the Quran itself, we have many times where the Quran says say, correct? Say. Okay.
Yeah.
So say, that makes sense because he is saying to him, say, glory to Allah. That's wonderful. But when Allah, he don't say, he is the one is talking and he is not asking you to say, even though you are going to say it, correct?
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
So he is the person is talking. He is not asking you to speak for him. He is speaking to you. Correct? Okay, so he did not say. He say, praise be to who? To the one who took his servant. The Muslim between two brackets, they put Allah. Why Allah want to say praise be to the one who took his servant? Who is praising Allah? Allah. Why Allah is praising Allah if he is one God? So when you say to me, Yaqub, that's why you don't accept Muhammad as a prophet, all of this is a shish kebab. You know, I mean, why this guy, he have miracles, and those miracles cannot be found anywhere? Isn't it the Quran said? That's Muhammad. We refrain from sending miracle to him. So, but this is a miracle. He refrained or not? And if we go and check the order of the verses, we will see they don't match. Here it says. Chapter 17, verse number 59 says what? We refrain from sending miracles to Muhammad, correct?
Nothing hinders us from sending our signs except that the people of old times rejected them as lies. Okay.
But how in the world this happened? This is the same chapter says Allah, he took him to heaven. Or he took him to Al-Aqsa. This is not different chapter. This is the same exact chapter. Chapter 17, verse number 1. So 59 verses after, Allah, he says, we never give him signs.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
right.
So how he say in the beginning of the chapter, glory to Allah, the one who took his servant to journey in Aqsa. And this is supposed to be a miracle. And then we scroll down in the same page. We did not even go to different chapter. It says we refrain from giving him signs. Like, what the heck? Did you refrain or you did not? He forgot what he did?
Okay. Look, what I'm going to do is this. I think you made your case very strong, to be honest. I'm going to take these with me. I still am going to push a sheikh to speak to you.
All right. Yeah, well, the sheikhs are not going to come because they knew the destiny, my friend. They will lose. And they will say to you, nothing refrain us from debating Christian prince, except the former generation did not believe in our debate. What an excuse.
Okay.
All right, Yaqub. It was nice talking to you, my friend. You're a nice person. You're always welcome to join us. And I hope next time you will be here. You will bring us some sheikhs so we can shake the world around. All right?
Okay. If I find a sheikh, I will give you a call. But I will try my very best to find one to speak to you.
All right, my friend. Thank you, Yaqub. Thank you
Thank you very much.
Take care.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Mari ikut Yesus. Mari ke jalan yang benar. Tuhan berkati.